me what you see when you look at me. Do you see another brother lost in these streets looking for his soul?
Trying to find my soul.
Or do you see another brother searching for lost souls in these streets? A street soldier.
Street soldier.
Here to help you get that chip off your shoulder, warm your colder days and sober your drunken ways, and find a way to help you get over these hurdles placed in our path. And this is not meant to amuse you. This is for all those who have questions but are afraid to ask.
I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. No. When times get hard, you lose your way. Open your mind and hear what I say.
This is a message for the hard and the soft. To those who tune in weekly and to those who keep an eye out for 8 p.m. on Sundays and turn their radios off. The truth hurts. The cloth has been pulled. We're walking around half dead. Use this show as your IV. Alive and Free is a new movement. We've achieved self-destruction. A street soldier promotes self-improvement.
Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah. Streets couldn't be no colder, so I gotta be a soldier. It shouldn't be this hard for me. Even when it seems so hopeless, I gotta keep my focus. I'm glad to be alive and free, yeah.
Good evening. This is Lady Estelle and the Street Soldier crew, and we are back for another Sunday evening with you. Robin is corduroys and Deacon on the side. All right. Well, your host for the evening is delighted to see we are still here. We are still alive and free. Your host, cracking up on the left, Dr. Joseph E. Marshall Jr.
There we go. Thank you, Street Soldiers, for joining us wherever you are. We know you are joining us from all over.
How's it going?
Let's see. We got a great show for you tonight. When I ask you to call in, join in, we're going to be talking about America at 250 years old. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about America at 250. We have need some answers from you. We want some conversation with you. So when I tell you, please join in, we want you to show your thoughts about where we are headed in the future. Okay. Got a couple of guests in the house are going to do that. And a lot of conversation in the second hour around the same topic. But first, I made you want to call it, that's how I make a promise. I said, I found out some gentlemen have an event that is coming up. I told them I would squeeze, squeeze them in to the first few minutes of the show so they can talk about the event they have coming up. I'm going to go straight to you. And joining us will be now, see, I met him as Miguel, but apparently he has an artist name, I believe. Figo Navarro and Rogelio Campos Garcia. And you also have
Rogelio, Dr. Marshall.
What is it? Rogelio?
No. And Rogelio.
Oh, okay. All right. But he said he has another name too. So anyway, gentlemen, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Please tell us.
Welcome to Street Soldiers. You got the event coming up Thursday. Figo, he wasn't
yes, sir.
He was Miguel when he dropped into my office.
Yeah.
Wanted to get
out to reintroduce myself.
I understand. We have names and then we have artist names. So both of you jump in. We got a few minutes at the top of the show. Tell us what's going on. We're anxious to hear about it. Go right ahead.
Well, thank you. First and foremost, it's an honor to be here. I go by the artist name Figo Navarro, representing the art collective Lyrical Opposition. And this Thursday, July 23rd, we are going to have a screening of my short film titled DeVille. It's a short film. It takes place early 2000s. It's a cautionary tale. And we're excited to share that. And I'm here with one of the actors, artists as well, that has music in the project and acted in the piece, Almo Thug. If you want to introduce yourself.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I want to say his name right. Okay, say that again. Say your
Oh,
name
you
right.
can introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Rogelio. I go by the artist name Almo Thug. It's inspired by Bone Thugs and Harmony. You
Oh,
know,
okay. Now I
yeah,
understand.
yeah,
You look a lot more serious than him. Maybe it's because you're a serious actor and he's just, But
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, as I mentioned, highly influenced by Bone Thugs and Harmony, just 90s, G Funk, West Coast gangster rap. And I do want to say it's an honor to be here, be a part of this interview today. As Figo had mentioned, I'm one of the actors that is a part of the film. I'm not just the actor, but also an artist. I have an album that's titled Tales from the Mission that just came out, 15 songs. It is dedicated to my older brother who lost his life out here in San Francisco due to gun violence. So the project is important to me because me being a brown man in America, right?
yep.
I seen how the odds are against me. You know what I'm saying? People tend to judge me based off how I look. When people see me, they don't know I'm a college graduate. You know what I'm saying? They don't know I'm well spoken. They just see a thug. They see a gangster. You know what I'm saying? They label me a street soldier. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
not this kind of street soldier.
yeah. So I'm trying to get on your level, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my master's, man. I'm trying to go to University of San Francisco, get my master's, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
That's my alma mater, great school. Good for
yeah.
you.
Yeah, I did my research, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tales from the Mission, man. So my album, like I said, Tales from the Mission. I'm from San Francisco, born and raised out here in the Mission District, and just trying my best to tell people stop the violence, increase the peace. You know what I'm saying? Because the streets got love for nobody. I done lost an older brother to this while I was 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I seen the impact it had on me and my family. I don't want that for nobody else. I don't want that for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And us as black and brown folks, we got to come together. You know what I'm saying?
You will not get an argument from me, sir, on anything that you just said. Tell us a little bit about the film and
Yes,
how
sir.
it came about. Either one or both. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's based on an experience I had as a teenager in San Francisco, and it's comedy and drama, but also how you're one bad decision away where your life could completely change. And it was
Amen.
inspired when I sat through your training and your teachings, and I just it really spoke to me. It actually allowed me to complete the piece. To be honest, Dr. Marshall. So just thank you for sharing that knowledge and that wisdom.
How long is it, and how
So,
long did it take you to do it?
oh man, that part. Well, in total, a year to complete it.
Yeah.
And we shot it like what 2 weeks in total of filming with the pickup shots and editing. Obviously took a while to get it right and crispy. And then we're doing the film circuit. So it's been on 3 festivals this year already. And
Oh,
we're
wow.
we're hoping to keep shooting to other ones.
So is this the SF debut that's coming up?
Well, it's kind of coming back home to the Mission District. We had it
Okay.
earlier this year at the Indie Fest at the Roxy Theater, and there was their 28th year for that festival, and it was such a great experience because I used to live up the street, and just having it be in that theater was just special, having our family and friends in there.
Um. I got so engrossing.
Yeah.
Tell us where it is, when it
Oh
is.
yeah, yes sir.
Detail,
Yeah. It's gonna be in. So I need to shout out the organizations that made this possible: MLVS, Roadmap to Peace, Freedom Braiders, Nuestra Causa, and Lyrical Opposition. These are the organizations that have supported in doing this. And without them, without bringing the community, we wouldn't be able to do this. So it's going to be July 23rd, August. And I'm thinking about other screenings as well.
Don't get nervous. It's
I'm-
just
I'm-
street soldiers, you know.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Thousands of people.
Well,
1,000 people listening right now.
I used to listen to you guys since I was a kid, like since I was like 10 years old. So this is a big deal for me.
Good. Well, you can keep listening because we
Yeah.
are live on YouTube at Stay Alive and Free, and we are all over the streaming apps. So don't worry, Figo.
I
We
appreciate
got
it.
you.
That's love. Thank you. I was going 1,000 miles per hour.
All about
That's
you.
fine.
In DeVille.
I will slow you down. Go back to the when and where, July 23rd. What's
At Ghana in the Mission. It's on I'll tell you the address right now. It's on Florida Street.
Florida. Yep.
Yes, sir. And yeah, we're excited to have it, not premiere there, but come back home.
It's gonna
Yes,
be
sir.
amazing. It is.
When I met you, your enthusiasm for this film was infectious, right? You came in with Joshua. You put your heart and soul
Yes, sir.
in this film, and so has the actor. The actors really put their heart in. I
Yeah.
already know just the more you talk about it's real. What do you want people to get out of watching this, walking away?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's kind of going back to you're one decision away from your life changing, you know? And for me, I wouldn't be talking to you if that decision would have went a different direction without giving it away. You know what I mean? And it was a thought that stuck with me forever. And now doing the work and working with people that are incarcerated, you know, I see myself in them in many ways. It's like, man, I was just, you know, my brain wasn't fully developed. I could have been caught up and I wouldn't be having the honor to share this project.
We all are only one bad decision away. And thank you for inviting me. They invited me to be part of the showing, the screening, and to do what Doc does, you know, say that, you know, help keep people alive and free. And, you know, obviously, this is great, man. We'll get you in at some point for a longer, you know, interview. I really want to hear about, you know, his life, the actor's life, and what led him to that. And of course, he's going to USF, so I got to talk to him.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You know, I'll be there Thursday, and just I really appreciate you doing this, both of y'all, and taking the time out tonight. Say one more time, when and where, one more time, say the name of the film, all the info.
Yes, sir. The film is titled DeVille, and it's happening this Thursday, the 23rd, in the Ghana building in the Mission District in San Francisco. And a bunch of organizations are coming together. We're going to have live performances by this artist right here next to me and a couple poets. Shout out to Brian Shepard from Third Bridge. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Because you got one thing. The time. What time?
Oh, yeah, 4:30. Doors open at 4:30. So it's going to be food.
Yeah.
It's going to be entertainment. And then we're going to have the panel. And at 6 p.m., the film starts. So.
Okay, that's perfect. You got it,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yeah. Right on.
All right, looking forward to this. Thanks so much for showing up tonight, okay?
Thank you for squeezing us in, Dr. Marshall.
Hey, man, anything to keep folks alive and free. That's our job.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you Thursday. Congratulations.
See you Thursday. Peace. Much love.
All right. Hello. See, that brother paid attention to me, Mike. See, unlike you.
Yeah.
He listened when he came to the training, and when I told him you were only one bad decision away, I had no idea it would inspire a film. You know, all you can do is give people the information, and what they do with it is what they do with it. All right, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and check this out. See what I can do. All right, and you got an announcement before we jump into the show?
I'm really excited to hear about this scholarship. So I just want everybody in the Oakland area to know that the Dwayne P. Wiggins Foundation has a scholarship available to support Oakland youth who participate in private instruction, group music programs, and performance experiences. And you can go ahead and apply right now. It will be due by July 31st. So go ahead and check that out. There's just so many different ways that you can use that scholarship to help you with piano lessons or anything like that. So just wanted to let the world know about that.
One of the greatest Bay Area musicians that got a scholarship in his honor.
It's such a beautiful way to honor his legacy. So yes.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Let's get into the show. There is some news. I'm gonna skip that, you know, because news is.
You mean like who won the World Cup?
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta do that. That was a great game.
Oh, that was a long game.
Well, soccer is long.
Long with no points scored until like 3 hours in.
Once you get into soccer, you understand just the way it's played. It's intense. That game was very intense.
It was,
and I would just because I was a fan, but I never watched a whole match before the World Cup. Wow. And I must have watched 5 different matches, you know, the whole time. But it's a lot like chess. They're playing chess the whole time. Every move is important. Y'all can talk now. You don't have to. Like, you could open your mouth. I'm through. Okay, you will. Okay.
This is your show.
Spain won. Spain won 1-0. Great game. World Cup. You know, I can't wait for the next one. 4 years.
Well, Women's World Cup is next year.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you for saying that. I was wondering about that. All right. Next year, we'll be right back at it with the ladies. Exactly. Okay. This is what we're going to do tonight, Street Sodas. We're going to talk about America at 250. On July 4th, it was the 250th year anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, right? That's what July 4th is about. It's about a celebration of the direct Declaration of Independence, and with the key phrase in the Declaration of Independence being all men are created equal. Of course, liberty and justice for all is in there also. So we thought it might be good to take a look back at the last 250 years and to look forward to the next 250 years and see how things have gone. Now, I got two guests in the house. We have Robbie Kilpatrick. You're a doctor, right? Okay, I got to throw you. You spend money, so we're going to use that. Dr. Robbie Kilpatrick.
You've earned it. You've earned it, sir. Sir.
I know mine cost me, so I'm using mine. Okay. It did too, but I paid it all back. Okay. Them loans gone. And we have Deacon Larry Chapman. Hey, both of you can say hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
And you and our listening audience are going to answer a couple of your thoughts about America at 250. Now, Mike, let me tell you something. I thought that when this July 4th came around, because they had been talking for months about it's going to be 250th, it's going to be a 250th, it's going to be 250th. Like, that's a big deal, you know? And I thought it would prompt a bunch of articles, you know, about, you know, reflection at least, you know, 250 years. I ain't seen hardly nothing. I'm really surprised. That, to me, it was just another day. This July 4th was no different than the one before, than the one before, and the one before. That's what I've noticed. And since it's gone, I haven't heard anything. I figured if somebody would convene, you know, I mean, so this gentleman is the only person I know, Dr. Kilpatrick, I'm going to call him Robbie, is the only person that said, no, let's take a look at America at 250. Let's take a look at it. And he came up with an idea to go before a very, what's the word? What's the word you use? Prestigious. That's what I'm body called the Commonwealth Club.
It is.
And bring along Deacon and I to ask, what did you want to accomplish by that? Because we've done it already. So go ahead. Dr.
Well,
Patrick.
thanks for having me on the show, Dr. Joe. This is a great privilege for me, and I'm really honored to be here. And this is a great question. This is a question that every person in the United States should ask, whether they're a citizen or they're not. If you're here, you're a human being, you've got feet on the ground, you should ask this question. And the thing that bugged me in the beginning was I heard everybody say, well, this is the birthday of the United States. In fact, it's not. 4th of July was the birthday of the Declaration of Independence. If you think about it, the notion that all men are created equal and life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in this case, was a promise. It was a promise. And in fact, it was not guaranteed to be successful.
Wow.
So violent campaign was used to attack the existing colonial government structure, the government, the judges, the police, army, everybody. And they said, we are promising the people that we will deliver life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness to everybody. Just think, in 1861, the Confederacy issued a proclamation to secede from the United States. And in 1865, they were defeated with bullets and slavery was ended. So the Declaration of Independence might have ended as a flop. It didn't end as a flop, but it could have ended. And the United States didn't even exist until 1783 at the Treaty of Paris, 7 years after a violent war. So I was interested in this promise, this statement. As the deacon has said, well, they wrote it down so we can look at it. The question is, how true was the promise? Was it delivered then? And is it being delivered now?
That is very good. Very way to put it. And you call it a promise. I call it a value statement. We can all of this fits, right? It was a value statement.
They're both
a
correct.
Value statement. They're both correct. Exactly. Not either or, but both and. Deacon, I remember when we did this the other night. It was great, by the way. It was just great. You noted that things in your, at least the people you back in back at the 200th, which was 50 years ago, which would have been 1976, right? that it was a little bit different. You know, you said you saw more flags. What was that? Just note that. I liked what you said then.
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't see any flags this year.
Right.
So I was just thinking back, and I said, okay, I remember in my neighborhood, you know, there were flags all over the place. So why are there no flags today?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, something's wrong.
Something certainly different.
Something, well,
yeah,
different
and wrong.
you you can frame it any way that you want, but from my perspective, even today, I think that people just are not feeling comfortable with something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to celebrate the 4th of July, it's got to have some meaning. People like me, as a Black American, we didn't celebrate the 4th of July as anything related to a free nation because we never felt and still don't today.
Okay.
So what we did, we would get together and have a barbecue or a party or something, and we would celebrate us. And that's how that turned out. So I don't know what's happening today. And people, you're right. No one's really throwing up balloons, and you hear a firecracker here and there, but that's about it.
Most of them came from Mike, by the way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you must not be in the hood of San Francisco, Oakland, because Shay Diddy was talking about fireworks 5 days after. Nah, that's funny. That's funny.
The real question we're asking folks is what do you want to see moving forward? What kind of America do you want? Looking back to move forward, and Mike, what I said was, anytime you hit a milestone, you know, I remember when I got to be 21, it was like, oh man, I'm 21. You know, man, let me look back on my life. I get to drink now. You know, and let me sort of think about life moving forward. And then as you get older, and of course I'm a lot older than 21 now, the next one was 40. And I'll look back. You need to be looking at this one. Looking back at life after 40 years to see, you know, going forward. So any milestone like that, I would think makes you take stock, right? Looking forward, looking back, looking forward. And I would just think after 250 years of this great experiment that people would, you know, take a look and see, how's it going? How's it been? Can we do better? Can we do well? How have we done this? Because you see, that thing was you call it a promise, I call a value saver that never existed, at least in the Western world. I mean, there are probably native societies that actually believed that, but didn't put it in a document like that. That said, all men are created equal. You know, we are better than. That's basically what they're saying. I'm going to justify this war with England in a way that's different. And we're going to create something that's never been done before, and it's going to base it on this one tenet that all men are created equal. And so I just think that it just makes sense for any, how they say, red-blooded American to take a look at that and look at it. Now, I will tell you right away that I don't think they should have written all men are created equal. Because to me, what they really meant was that some men are created equal. I will make my statement about that. From what I have seen, it was not for all men. And then the bigger question we're going to ask you, the listeners out there, is to call and tell us, what would you like to see? You critique it, and then you tell us, what would you like to see in America? What kind of America do you want? You got a chance to take assessment. You got a chance to sort of look at the future. And I will say this is kind of tough for people when you bring this question. This is not a left question. It's not a right question. This ain't a liberal. This ain't a conservative question. This is not a Republican or a Democratic question. This isn't anything. This is a human question, at least from my standpoint, right? What do you want to see moving forward? 877-955-1061. Let's see if we can get some thoughts from our we have a great listening audience, and you always come up with great stuff. 877-955-1061, 877-955-1061. What would you like to see moving forward? What kind of America do you want? If you want to talk about the past, you certainly can. I will, but I'm not doing it right now. Okay. Mike threw me off.
I'm sorry. I was on.
Yeah, go ahead.
We should let Lady E Let's expound on that because
She will. She gonna get a
okay.
chance. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mike, look
I always
at
like to hear.
She gonna get her chance. She gonna get her chance. She gonna get her
Mike
chance.
Like
went
Yeah,
in with the corduroy.
but you know how it is. I gotta prime the listeners first, right? 877-955-1069. What would you like to see? What kind of America would you like to see moving forward? And if you want to comment on the past, please do so. I happen to think that it's a little tough to talk about the future without looking back at what has happened in the past. I always like to come to Mike, you know.
Okay.
I know. I want Mike
Hey.
to.
What would you say, Mike,
pontificate.
moving forward? What would you like to see? If we got a call, we'll always go to calls when they call. 877. We got a call already. I bet you it's Rich.
No, it's not Rich.
It's not Rich. It's not Rich.
Cassandra.
Okay. Oh,
No,
okay.
it's not.
Cassandra, it's you.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Yes,
oh.
sir.
What's
Hi,
up, girl? Long time no talk to.
I know. I've been thinking about y'all, and I was just strolling. I was just turning that radio tube, and I heard your voice. I said, "Oh Lord,
Oh, baby, yes. You know, we not all related, but we all family. Love to hear from you.
Yes,
Okay.
we are. We from the village, so whether we related blood wise or we still family.
So you got any thoughts about this? What you would like to see? What kind of America you would like to see moving forward? And any thoughts about the past?
Okay, what I would like to do is see America as a group of people bettering each other and inspiring each other. And I also would like a little bit more like comforting for mothers and fathers or just individuals who have lost children's mother or things, people to gun violence. As y'all know, 12 years coming up for my daughter.
Your daughter, yeah.
So, yes, Sharnice Rain. So I just would like a little bit more togetherness instead of, you know, the things that make you, that shut you down and make you nervous. You know, just even if you watch the news, it's just so sad, you know, and it just hurts you. But then there's always a solution to every problem. So by just me going through the things that I've been through and trusting in the people and having my support group, I just want to see everybody just better themselves as one from the village that I was raised, like I was raised, with respect, dreams, and just look out for the babies, you know?
Yes, ma'am. You know what I admire about you, Cassandra, even with the tragedy, in spite of, or even with the tragedy that happened to you in your life, you've always kept an optimistic attitude and kept your head up moving forward, girl. I really love that about you. Yes.
But then if it wasn't for you guys being in my corner, I don't know what I would have done without you guys. Tammy, all you guys that we love from afar, or just period, because you are my support group, and I'm just so blessed. Now, you done made my whole year by being able to talk to you guys. Tell everybody Cassandra's back. Cassandra said hello. Y'all keep doing what you're doing.
You got it, baby. You know we are.
I'm going to pop up on y'all.
All right, let me know when you do that. I'll make sure we there, okay? Okay.
I'm going to call first.
Okay, thanks for calling, hon. Thanks for calling. All right. 877. Caller already. Jump on. America looking back. America looking forward. What kind of America would you like to see? Go right ahead. You're on Street Soldier.
Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, doctor. Just want to say, man, so far enjoying the show. I did want to ask, who was that young brother earlier, man? Just want to, give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? As somebody that, did time in jail.
Yeah.
I agree with what he said, you know what I'm saying, with the grace of God.
You talking about the brother that was on last week or tonight?
Earlier today, the ones that was talking about the movie.
Okay, yeah. That's Figo and and if you could want to catch the filming and tell them where it is.
Well, it's at the Brava Theater this Thursday, starting at 4:30, and then the film itself will be at 6. And you can also look them up at Lyrical Opposition. And you can learn more about their different films and the work that they do.
You got a thought about America going forward? What kind of America you would like to see?
Man, just in America where I could raise my kids, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do appreciate you, Dr. Marshall. How can I get in contact with the youngster? You know what I'm saying? I currently work at schools, and I'd like for him to, come out here and talk to my students.
Lyrical Opposition, they're based right here in San Francisco. So if you Google that, Lyrical Opposition, it pops right up, and then Figo is right there on the team.
Yeah, man. If you come out, I'll be there Thursday night, so I'll see you. All right. Also, somebody else I want to put you in touch with, the brother we had on the show last week. I'm sure will be glad to go out and talk to you. 877-955-1061.
Just connecting everyone.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's what we do. That's what we do. That's why we're on the People Station. We talk to the people, right? 877-955-1061. What kind of America moving forward would you like to see? I'll tell you, everybody, right now. I want. Can I say this one more time? I'm gonna preface it. I want you to. What you said, mean what you said. Practice what's the old Barry White? Practice what you preach, right? You can't put down all men are created equal and not live by it.
Right.
And if I gave you a grade, you wouldn't like the grade.
You gotta execute. I would like to see execution.
Yeah, of that.
Yeah.
Right?
So what you doing in practice, you do in the game.
Yeah.
So I would like to see that.
He calls it a promise. You made a commitment. And here's the thing. I grew up saying that, man. I'm in school every day. I'm reading these words. Oh man, you know, Deacon and I really thought all men were created equal.
It sounds good.
They made me, what's that Pledge of Allegiance?
Right.
Every day at school. And liberty and justice for all. Then I'm finding out that ain't true. And I'm gonna tell you, everybody out there, I know you think just a little black boy going to school every day. You know what I mean? I was like, y'all lied. Y'all played me.
They did lie.
You played me. You played me.
Yeah.
They played because I really and the first time I got slapped with, we got a call. I'm sorry. All right, your turn. America moving forward.
Turn her
oh yeah, turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. And then you can talk.
Okay.
All right, go right ahead. Thank you for calling. What are your thoughts about?
Thank you. I'm sorry. Can you, was there a question?
Yes, the question is.
Anything is open.
Well, no, it's not open. We're looking at the July 4th, the celebration of the Declaration of Independence. What they wrote is a celebration of that landmark statement, all men are created equal. How do you think they've done with that statement in the past 250? And what would you like to see moving forward? What kind of America would you like to see?
I would like to see America when, like you said, basically all men are created equal. It's never been that way, especially for Black people, other people of color. But it's never been that way. We gotta teach the children. We have to be aware of ourselves, of how we're acting. But yeah, no. As far as everybody being treated equal, even when that was made, it's like slavery was going on. So it's like it was a backhanded statement in a way. So
right.
Yeah. But that was all I had to share. I was listening, and I'm like, okay, I'll drop my 2 cents.
You did well. Anything other than that? Anything specific? It's just not so much a policy thing, but what you said, what you wanted, basically, I want to see him live up to what they said. So thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. You guys keep doing what y'all doing. Have a good night.
You know, baby, that's what we do. 877-955-1061, 877-955-1061. Deacon, you shared some things when you were at the Commonwealth Club. Give us a couple of what you would like to see moving forward in America.
I read a lot and I listen to a lot of what's going on. And, you know, I'm sitting up there and people are saying things that apparently are
good.
Are supposed to be how things work. And one of the things that I said I wanted moving forward is I want a free America.
Talk on that mic. You good.
Okay. I want a free America. Now, and that freedoms are listed in the Constitution with all the amendments. They need to be held as sacred, and, you know, and protected and not compromised by government legislatures, executives, or judicial interpretations as they see fit for political reasons. And I want America that is free of wide-scale corruption. I mean, you know, stuff is so heavy now. It sounds to me like anything goes.
Right.
And, you know, it's people in public office and some constituents and corporations. They just off the chart.
Yeah.
And if we got all these rules that everybody else applies to everyone else,
I agree.
why wouldn't it apply to those individuals that are in high level positions? So that's kind of like an injustice.
Yeah.
That was one of my other areas.
Yeah.
I want a America that believes in justice and fairness.
Right.
You know, adherence to the rule of law for everyone. Like no one is above the law. But
that's the other thing you heard coming up when you was a kid, right? No one is above the law.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you believe this.
Well,
to a certain extent, I mean, your eyes get open pretty quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like even if elementary, you realize like, oh man, this ain't cool. Like Rodney King,
right?
Happened when I was 8, 9 years old.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Like, nah, this ain't cool. Like something
going
on.
And then the officers got off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man,
and I didn't understand that point.
Well, of course
but
not.
I knew somebody was getting beat.
Yes.
By the police, and I don't happen to other races or culture.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with you. I just want America to step up to the plate, to execute.
Yeah.
Do what they say.
Yeah.
Be fair.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, and I'm not even trying to get so deep into it.
Well,
but you got a man that's a trillionaire, right? And I'm not like that, but that money could go to so many, like literally could help out millions of people, right? And so like I just want it to be like a fairness, you know? We shouldn't have to have DEI or affirmative action. If you are good, you should be compensated. If you can't do the job, you got to get the skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be I don't know what to call it, but like it should be a level playing
field.
Yes.
Right. Well, the tough thing about this, and Deacon pointed out, when they said all men were created equal, from the jump, it wasn't. How you gonna have slavery in a society where all men are created equal?
That don't even make no sense.
Right.
It's hypocritical.
Right. Say that word one more time.
Hypocritical.
Okay. Now I want to say this, and I'm gonna jump in, and I'm gonna say the tough thing about us doing this topic is one of the things I found out is people don't mind you critiquing your own life. They don't even mind you critiquing, you might critique somebody else's life. Americans don't like them. I'm not even say criticizing, critiquing America.
Why is that?
That's a good question. That might be too deep, because if I get too deep, but you
never seen that like with black people.
Oh, we always
have to critique ourselves,
absolutely,
to get to a better place.
Yes.
So, like, why wouldn't you critique?
You just made the argument for why we're doing this show.
Exactly.
You
get better.
You just
watch the tape. You watch the film, man. You did this in 1963. You killed this person, Medgar Evers, and whatever happened. You have to face the music to get better.
You critique your last game to see if you can get better,
exactly.
Right? You had 6 turnovers, you right? Every sports team go back and look at the film so they can get better. Something about a lot of people here. You talking about, man, no, man, we just trying to get better. Bobby, you can jump in because I got something. You got anything you want to say? You just listen.
Yeah, I do. I mean, everything I've heard so far completely and utterly resonates with me, including what you were saying, Mike. I'm going to say something that really arises from how I was raised, because I think that we're talking about basic principles here. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm a member of the Episcopal Church, and in the Episcopal Church, we say all people are welcome at our table, which I think is a better statement than all men are created equal. First off, people includes women and other forms, forms of gender, right? Yeah. So all people are welcome at my table. And when I say that, what I mean is, as Jesus said, what I mean is, I will feed you, I will house you, I will listen to you. And so I think that is a concept that America, looking ahead, I think should embody, which is we will feed our people, we will house our people, we will educate our people, regardless of what you look like and who you are. Mm-hmm. And the other side of my upbringing was my father often said to me, son, when you meet, I think I was 7 years old, he said, when you meet somebody, regardless of what they look like or they sound like or where they come from, you owe every person one thing. And I looked up with my Google eyes because I wore glasses as a little kid. And I said, what's that thing? And he said, you owe everyone your respect. So I think, to talk about all men are created equal and have a slaveocracy and have stolen the land from the indigenous people and to keep most white people and all women disenfranchised. Most white men couldn't vote when the United States was created.
Only white men with property.
Yeah, but property, which is a tiny group. So it was unequal from the very beginning. That's a fact. We're not beating some false drum here. That's a fact. So I would say what I'd like to see is America moving forward, respect basic human rights, respect all people. All people are equal under the law, and basic needs such as education, housing, healthcare. We need to find a way to deliver that to real people. And maybe we should cut back on all these wars that are not.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
These are our opinions, folks. We want to hear your thoughts.
Can I just say one thing?
We want to hear your thoughts. 877-955-1061. Yes, Don Miguel.
I hate the fact that sometimes Americans, as a society, we think that we're better than another nation or group of people.
Oh, yeah.
I just hate that.
Yeah.
We talk about it like, oh, our they say what do they say? Blood and honor is more sacred than this other. No, bro. Like it's all. I mean, we're in a country, but everybody
in a country,
in the world,
everybody in a country,
right?
And you know that when you find out when you travel, and you
that's true.
you go travel, and when you travel, I don't know about y'all, I ain't never had a problem with the people.
Right.
You sit down, you have dinner, and you talk about your families. And everybody wants the same thing. Now, the government's got a problem, but the people don't have a problem.
No, they don't.
Thank you so much. I wanted to find out, my daughter said, I want to give her, because I know she listened from Washington, from Virginia. Hers was, thank you, Sydney Nicole, our oldest one, in America, where every child has the opportunity to grow up healthy, safe, and supported, and where every adult has the tools and resources they need to care for themselves and their family.
Exactly.
That's what she wants to see moving forward. She, and she could have spent time talking about the past, but let me make one more. I use a metaphor here, right? And we do this with young people. Everybody looks back at what happened in their life to assess, because Mike, you and I, all of us, we are a product of what happened in the past, right? And the only way we can really do better is to get in touch with what happened in the past, and to go back, take a hard look at it. The kids we have the most problem with either are unwilling or afraid to do that, or it hurts too much. And everyone would tell you, man, I don't want to go back there. It hurts. It hurts. But you have to go into that pain. As Chaka Khan say, go through the fire to come out on the other side. We're asked people to do that all the time. Why aren't we? I mean, shouldn't we ask this country to do the same thing? Shouldn't we ask the country to do that?
Yeah, that's a good.
That's
a good angle.
Because as the American family, that's what I'm calling us. We have been through some trauma. Some of us more than others, right? And it's to ignore like, oh, that didn't mean nothing, or don't talk about that, or let that go, or no, you're doing injustice to some members of the family. And as far as I'm concerned, you're an injustice to yourself. You're doing injustice to yourself. So our thoughts, we want to hear more from you. 877-955-1061, 877-955-1061. We got 8 minutes to get you in. Your thoughts about what should America look like moving forward. By the way, I did talk to the kids. I'm going to say this for the second hour. They actually have their thoughts about what America should look like.
Good.
And they gave America grades.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to hear them grades.
I do. You going to put it on the air? I want to see some grades. Hey, you remember when you used to be in class and they used to, like, the teacher would either hand you the paper, and you had a bag right, they would turn the paper down. I want to hear. I used to like that. Michael Fontella, you got 67%. The whole class know what happened. No, man.
Oh man, what did I do with it? I thought I wrote them down, man. Okay, well, okay, I do have to grade somewhere, but I then I did. Oh, what the Dr. Marshall, you need to be ashamed of yourself. Okay, and Ann knows, and yeah.
We kind of
Well,
know.
well, let me tell you.
What's
I'll
the
tell you what.
GPA?
1.51.
Whoa. They're not playing basketball.
1 point.
You don't get that for real.
1.51.
No
all right.
reason.
All right. There was one A minus, and I asked the person why. You know, why you give America A minus for it? And he basically said and isn't there's no judgment with our kids. You don't know what you think, right? And he said because, and he's actually from another country, and he saw the civil rights movement as such a big thing.
I understand.
Yeah.
A huge thing. Like, man, we can this is a big leap. So he gave 250 years an A minus just for that, because for him it was a big promise. But most of the grades, man, a couple B's, most of them was C. Somebody gave him an F++.
Well, they have categories. If you say, hey, you're gonna start a country, people could come here, and in 250 years, you're going to be one of the richest nations ever created. That's an A.
Yeah,
so many other levels, it deteriorates and bring the grade down.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, hey, this is great. Like, make America great again. Okay, yeah, sure.
When was it?
The
question is when was it great in the first place?
That's my point. There's other times and things that go on that will say, hey, we've never been as great as you think that we've been.
Well, and that's if people really want. If you want to look at your own life, you can walk around thinking everything's been good, everything's been great, everything's.
You're not going to improve,
but
you're not going to.
You're not taking stock of your own personal life, right? You could let's take your money. My money's been great. You didn't look at all the bad decisions you made with your money. You're gonna keep messing up. This is the same. I'm saying this as a member of the American family.
Yes,
we're in the same. We're all in this together, right? And if the foot is bad, even if the rest of the body is healthy, it's gonna do your foot. 877-955-1061. If we can get anybody else in before the break, want to hear your thoughts. Oh, somebody again.
Morrison call it Greg.
Somebody, you want them? I'm gonna find them grades, Mike, for the break.
Greg is on. Hello, Greg.
Greg, you on? Go right ahead, man.
Hey, Dr. Marshall.
Hey, thank you, Greg. I was getting ready to read yours, but jump on. Go ahead. What would you like to see America moving forward?
The reality is one where women, Black, brown, Asian, LGBTQ people are treated fairly, have equal opportunities as all other cultures, aren't discriminated against. The Constitution and Declaration of Independence are actually adhered to and followed, and solid, fairly funded programs for mental health, unhoused, and prison system are in place.
Like that, man. Yes. See, and when I like Deacon, you gave some thought to it.
Yeah, you did.
You gave some thought to it.
Like
Now, we're asking for, just maybe a quick answer, but you gave some thought. Yeah. And if you give some thought to something, then you're going to put it in place, and that's going to be your goal.
Yes.
And I really appreciate you, man. I love you, bro. Thank you, man, for your answer. Thank you for your thoughtful answer. And let's see if we can get some of that in America in the next 250. All right. We got any more? We'll take them. We only got 2 minutes. 877-955-1061. You want to wrap up this? Lady, don't worry. Yeah, we're all coming to you next hour. Anything you want to wrap up this first hour with? Either one of you?
I think the comments are really personal because people are feeling issues that they've had to deal with. And when you see somebody else suffering, we got to do something about it. We can't just let things go on and on and on, especially with young people and children. Families are struggling.
Man.
And this country is rich.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't have people struggling health-wise, education-wise, and we have the resources that we have in this country, and we're not doing anything to help it. That bothers me.
I think Dr. Joe said it well when he said we're a family. We're all related, And you heard me say in the Commonwealth Club that we're all brothers by another mother. And I hear you guys calling each other brothers.
Yeah.
Well, I know people from every religious walk, racial, and I just feel like we're all brothers and sisters. And if we took that seriously, we thought that we're the American family, we immediately have obligations to one another. And we could embody that.
And then you got to treat all members of the family the same.
Exactly.
Equally.
Yeah.
If you believe that.
Fairly.
Unfortunately, people haven't always believed that everybody's like we wasn't members of the family when we started. We would. We was the child that the people denied.
Last call.
All right, go right ahead. You're on Street Soldiers. Thank you. What would you like to see moving forward? Go right ahead.
How you doing? This is Supreme.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
What's
man,
up, my brother?
We could be better. We could be a better America. We gotta let these kids. We gotta let these kids be kids. We gotta
Okay.
stop introducing them into sexual situations in elementary school,
Okay.
where
Right. Yes.
we tell them it's okay for them to be themselves.
Okay.
No, we gotta let these kids be kids, man. They should not be thinking about their sexuality until they teenagers. You know what I mean? We doing too much. It's everywhere. They put it in our face rather than in our face, and it ain't cool. I got kids that go to elementary school here in San Francisco, and I don't want to see in elementary school them talking about LGBTQ stuff. I don't want to see that.
Okay.
My kid should be thinking about being a kid,
Right.
not about their sexuality.
Right.
We asked you for your thoughts, brother, and we appreciate you calling in and saying that's what he want to see.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. Okay. All right. We got to stop. We got Melvin.
We got 2 minutes.
All right. Let's go. You're on.
No.
No.
we got
Oh,
2
I
minutes.
okay.
Not 2 callers. 2 minutes.
2 callers. See, and that's why it's important to hear everybody's voice.
Yes.
I want everybody's voice. I want to, everybody thinks, because once you know what somebody thinks, then you can proceed. But what worries me is the people that don't say nothing.
Yes.
Them the ones that don't say nothing, and then you find out, later on, oh, I didn't know you thought like that. Why? Just tell me up front. Just tell me up front so I know what I'm dealing with, Mike. You know that, right?
Yeah,
tell me up front what I'm dealing with. So that's why I just consider this opportunity that 250 years ain't gonna come again, right?
Man.
And you might do it 50 years from now, 100 years from now, but now you have a chance to go back and reflect. And personally, like I said, if we're the American family, and again, that's an if because they have not considered everybody, even in this room, to be part of the family. Right? We were like, and I use black people as a child. You have somebody's your daddy, but your daddy don't want to admit they're your daddy.
Damn.
You know that.
Yes.
Denies you right
Yeah,
from the beginning.
yes.
No, you ain't know it. I need a paternity test. Right. Yeah, all right. Oh, you are my child. Well, but you're only 3/5 of a child. So we're gonna put you over here.
Wow.
And I have to say it like that for people to understand, right? Some of the children were severely wounded, and the wounds didn't end with slavery. The wounds continue today.
Yeah.
They continue today through mass incarceration. I got a whole list for you, okay? And we're not the only ones. So let's see if we really want to be an American family. That's what I thought. All right, our number two, Street Soldiers, keeping you alive and free. What a first hour we had with our live radio audience, and we're going to continue the discussion of America at 250 with our guests in the Zoom. I don't know if any of you had a chance to listen to some of the responses that we had that first hour. And I got to say, now you talk about perception. We're on a hip hop and R&B station, KMEL, which people associate with a certain type of music and with a certain type of people. I'm telling you, we got the most literate, clear thinking, how can I say, thoughtful. Am I lying here? Every single show is like this.
Yeah.
They are just like, I don't know what y'all think about them people in KBL, but they are wonderful. And they did it again tonight with their responses to this very heavy question about America at 250. What kind of America do you want to see? So we are joined by, we're going to introduce folks. Lady E, come on in. Lady E, I want to see you as part of this. Come back, please. All right. At the top of the screen, we have Is it Len? Say his name right. I want to say it right.
Len Saputo.
Len Saputo. Len, wave your hand, please. Let everybody know. Thank you for joining us tonight. Jackson
Davis. Jackson Davis.
Jackson Davis. Oh, not Jefferson Davis. Jackson Davis. Great, great to see you. My buddy, Dennis Siegler. What's up, Dennis? Thank you so much, man, for joining us. And if your name is the same, then there's a reason. That's my baby brother, Jerry Marshall, all the way from Greenville, South Carolina. And Lady E, come back because I want you part of this discussion. I don't know. There she is. All right. I don't know if any of you had a chance to listen to that first hour. If you did, just let's let me get a reaction to some of the responses that you had. We'll get into what you think, but just let me get a response to your thoughts about that, the responses that the callers gave. Dennis, I saw you nod your head. What did you think?
Well, first of all, I love when you said you have this intelligent and literate group of people, and then you have me. But it was a great discussion. And mostly what I felt about the 250th anniversary was demonstrated today when our White House occupant walked across the field at the World Cup game to hand the trophies, and he got booed mercilessly because he's an embarrassment. But because he's an embarrassment and because he's dragged our country down, what I'll get to if I get a chance to speak later, I think we'll have a rebound. Just like we had a rebound from Obama, and this was a national negative rebound, and you hate immigrants, and you hate black people, and you hate anybody that isn't white and rich. I think we'll have a rebound the other way. So anyway, that's what I got out of listening to those things that were mentioned during the first half of your show.
Thank you, sir. And you notice his name did not come up one time. So we, at least not from us. No. Because I think everybody knows that part of what's going on. Lynn, were you able to listen to any of that first hour and any of the responses that you heard?
I wasn't able to hear any of it. I was hoping to, but I wasn't able to.
All right. Jackson, were you? Okay. You got to unmute, sir. You got to unmute. Unmute. Yes, because we want to hear your voice. All right. I will go to you weren't able to listen to any of the first hour. Okay.
No, sir, I was.
Okay, and my brother Jerry, I know you were because you were on the Zoom right at the top. What'd you think about the responses that you heard that first hour, Jerry?
Well, I thought they were very thought provocative, and the perspectives were really, really good. And I like the way they framed them around the promise or the value statements. I think everybody's words were insightful, thoughtful, and I'm just hopeful that we can move forward with those ideas.
Okay. Lady E, your thoughts about what you heard that first hour?
I have to ditto Jerry. Absolutely. Ditto. Ditto. Ditto.
That means she don't want to say no more.
That means, Dr. Marshall, that I agree with what he said, and later I have something to share.
I know you.
Yes, you
Okay.
do.
All right.
Hey, I know. That's my buddy. Okay.
Dr. Marshall.
All right. So that's for you and everybody. I think you know what the premise here is, but we went into a lot of explaining what it is during that first hour, and I think you did a great job, Robbie, explaining to Lynn and Jackson what it is. We're taking a critical look at America at 250, and I the way I put it is there are certain benchmarks in life, whether it be your personal life, or or what do you want, your business life, right? Your financial life, and in this case, the country's life, where you look back and see how things have gone, and where you'd like things to go in the future. And July 4th was a celebration of the Declaration of Independence. That's what it's about. And the Declaration of Independence said, in particular, that all men were created equal. And it added with liberty and justice for all. And in many ways, I just think it's time to take stock and see how things have gone and how would you like to go in the future. One of the comments I made right at the top of the show was they talk so much about it's going to be the 250th, it's 250th, 250th, 250th. I mean, for months coming up to this. And now it's come and gone. And I haven't really seen any articles that have dealt with that question, and this is a milestone. I haven't seen anything. So graciously, this gentleman, your friend next to me, put us together in the Commonwealth Club and said, we need to do this. We need to do this. And we are very honored that he asked Deacon Larry and I to be part of that, of that discussion. And I just got to thank you again, man. Thank you. Because remember, he first, and it's funny, I don't know what he thought we was going to say. We said, yeah, let's do it. So we were in this, what's the word, a prestigious room, and all these things, and we did it, and it was, I thought it was, but what have you heard? Just let them know what have you, in a little bit that you've heard, what have you heard about that, us at the Commonwealth Club that day?
Well, yeah, I'm equally honored to be on this program with you today, Dr. Joe, with Deacon Larry. And I said it in front of the Commonwealth Club. I've said it on film. I said it in the first hour. I consider that we're brothers by another mother. I feel that we are in it together. And I also feel that, to use your terminology, there is an American family. And I think when you start thinking about the American family, you realize that respect is at the heart of that. And in the club that some of us have got to know each other, the family club, but also at the Commonwealth Club, the DNA is civility.
Yeah.
The ability to actually talk about any topic as we've done today with respect and dare I say love in our hearts. But my experience has been since Commonwealth Club very unexpected. To keep this very quick, I spoke with a woman and I said, I'm doing a program at the Commonwealth Club, America 250, all men are created equal, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And she said, are you a communist?
Jeez.
Other people have said to me, that is a ridiculous topic because from the very beginning, the United States, from then until now, has never been equal. It has never been fair. It never was. Right. It is not now. How in the world can you say all men are created equal and then have a slaveocracy? So I've actually taken a certain amount of flack, but it's a learning exercise for me. I don't take it personally, but there's a lot of denial and dare I say ignorance. Most people have not even read the Declaration of Independence, don't even know what it says. Wow. So that's my response.
If you're taking a lot of flack, you must be striking a nerve.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah. For just asking the question, right? Okay. Wow. So that's the framework that and so the question we have asked is, what kind of America do you want to see? Looking back, and if you want to critique the first 250, I think that's wonderful. Lady Estelle and I work with young people, and we're always, and so does my brother, we're always asking them to look back at their life's arc in order to move forward. We think it's very important for them. Some of them have been through severe, even sometimes abuse, and running away from it isn't going to help them. And I don't think anybody has said you shouldn't be doing that, Dr. Marshall, with them kids. No, they know that those kids need to be healthy. And in order to do that, and I admire, and let me just say that I admire them a lot for doing that. It takes a lot of courage to go back and look at your life previously and look at the pain and not to ignore it. So using that metaphor and what we ask, but we ask a lot of our young people that we also ask them to be honest and truthful, and we believe in a lot of things that a lot of people don't do. In fact, I just want you to know, Lynn and Jackson, I always say the kids are fine. It's the adults I'm worried about. Wanting to grow. So who wants to open with a statement about what, looking back and moving forward, what would they like to see in this American, and I'm calling it on purpose, the American family. What are your thoughts? Who wants to start? Don't be, see, and in Mrs. Stell's class, you don't get to, she'll call on you, but I'm just going to let you speak. So we can't have dead air on the radio. All right, Lynn, you're the first one I see. Go for it. Your thoughts?
Well, we have to be the citizens that we have been given privileges to use.
Mm-hmm.
We have to exercise our right to run the country. It's our job.
Mm-hmm.
But we have really a one-party system, not a two-party system. We got one cabal, in my opinion, that runs both parties, and they play us back and forth on that. And neither party suits me one way or the other.
Okay.
So until we join together, which is what you're doing, and why I agreed with to be on this show with Robbie, is I love what you're doing. You're building community from the grassroots. And that's where it starts. It's not going to happen from the top down because the top down is so corrupt now that there's no way that we can recover that without something like a civil war.
Yes, and that has happened once before. You're right.
That's true.
So maybe it's time for us to get together and build community with strength in numbers, unity, and solidarity, and see if we can find the things that we can agree upon and form a movement that looks at everybody being equal, because I'm sorry, we're equal regardless of what everybody says or what the reality is. We are equal. We may have differences in the way we look and in our religions and our sexuality and blah, blah, blah. But we're human beings.
Yes.
And we have a natural inclination to want to get together. But a lot of the time we wait till it's too far gone. If there's an earthquake or a tsunami or something that's horrible that's happening, you get the shirt off your back to anybody because you care about people. But until it gets to a certain breaking point, we're asleep. We've been disenfranchised. Our Congress doesn't support us, doesn't represent us anymore. We're ending wars that we should never be in. We're not taking care of our own people at home. There are too many street people. There's a lot we could do. What if we spend $1 trillion on making the country healthy again? Very straightforward thing to do. Why doesn't that happen? In some ways, we're the blame because we're not doing anything about it. So we're complicit. So we got to get off our bottoms and do something and take some action. And that's why I'm on this show today, is because Robbie said you got a chance to talk about what you're doing with People United. And we've got an organization that's trying to do exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we should talk and see how we can join together to build community and build camaraderie, because what does everybody want? They want to be loved. They want to be appreciated. They want to be part of something that's bigger than them. Well, let's do that.
Yeah. What I said again also early on, that these statements aren't left statements, right statements. I mean, this whole thing. You haven't heard those words. You haven't heard liberal. You haven't considered, you haven't progressive. You're not going to hear that. We're talking about human. We're talking about human. And in its purest sense, all men created equal was a human value statement.
Yes.
Right? That's what it was. That's a human value statement. Now, whether they meant it or not is, well, for me, it's not subject to interpretation. They didn't right from the beginning. And so, I and Dennis knows me. I don't like the labels. Labels get in the way. I don't want to talk about labels. Now, if you want to throw something out there, fine. I'll look at an individual policy. But
labels are divisive.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. We'll come back to you, Jackson. What do you think about all this?
Thank you so much for having me on your show. It's a real honor to be here with you all. Robert introduced me to this question. We had a delightful lunch together the other day in which we discussed it at some length, and I developed my ideas on it. I hadn't thought about it, I have to confess, since the 1960s, when I kind of gave up. But what I want for this country has become very controversial, which is both a surprise and to me very unnecessary. What I want can be summarized in 3 words: diversity, equity, inclusiveness.
Oh, wow. Oh, you unpopular as hell right now.
Yeah, I know. That's become, unfortunately, it's become bad language. People don't like that. They call you communist, don't they, Robert?
Oh, they call it all kinds of things. Yeah. But that's what you did. Yes. Keep going. I'm sorry, sir.
Well, I do think that's feasible. If we have time, I'd be happy to discuss why I think those are not controversial at all. They're beneficial. Diversity is the basis of ecosystem stability. We need diversity. And right now, we really don't honor it. We seem to curse rather than think of it as a blessing, which it really is. And so on and so forth. Equity, as we all know, is in the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. So that shouldn't be controversial at all. Inclusiveness, we all want to be included, don't we? Since the time we were kids, nobody likes to be excluded. And why should they be? We lose their power to contribute if they're not included. So to me, these three are practical. I think what it takes is moving away from a society that's based on fear toward one that is based on love. And let us hope that happens in our lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your thoughts on this.
Thank you.
My man, Dennis Siegler. By the way, how is that wonderful daughter of yours doing, Miss Nora, up in she's in residency now, right? Up in Davis?
Yeah, she's an intern and she's thriving. And you helped all along the way. So yeah, she's closer to home, but she's so busy. We see her exactly the same amount of time we saw her before. But I want to follow up on what Jackson said because he stole my words. In fact, DEI is what it's all about. First of all, you go back 250 years, there was no equality because there's no word men and women are created equal. It's men. So you already exclude 51 or 52% of the population.
Didn't give them the right to vote till 1919.
1990.
And we still don't have an Equal Rights Amendment. It still doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But I really thought, I mean, it takes really bad things to happen, like the 1861 and the Civil War to make progress. And then the 1965 Civil Rights Amendment. It takes a long time of bad things, and then you make progress forward. And I really did think there was forward progress. And then 2016 election came along, and suddenly people got the sense that you could say whatever hateful things you wanted, and greed became more important, and we slid backwards. It was a reaction to the Obamas. It was a reaction to our forward momentum. But because of that, I think if you take a long view on things, I do think that we will come out of this better on the other end, because there are so many people feeling left out from the equality, the inclusion, that I think we will move forward. The problem is we don't live long enough to personally benefit from it. You know, we have to have a 1,000-year lifespan to really feel it all. But I do get the sense that we have moved forward, and this negative backlash is as strong as it is because of the forward movement. So that's the positive outlook. And what do I want in the future? I want exactly what he just said. I want inclusion. I want equity. And I want it, not that we have to say it, I want people to believe it and do it. And that's right now we have to say these things like DEI because we're pushing back so hard against it. But I think young people sort of incorporate some of these values easier, and they tolerate things that older people don't tolerate, or it's odd for them. And I think with young people coming forward and with the next leap forward, I'm hoping that we progress forward on that DEI. And I hope I'm not just hoping, I hope it's reality. But
I have summed up my statement in one. I mean, what I want to see is that you honor what you said. All men are created equal. Now, how you want to do that, you figure that out. I got some ideas, but that you wrote it on paper. You didn't do it. It's interesting, Dennis, because because I am a Black American, and I know that this member of the family, while you were trying to get it right, but you haven't got it right, suffered a hell of a lot. Untold suffering. And so I don't know if I'm optimistic or pessimistic. I'll just say, show me. I'm from Missouri. You need to show me. So I'll leave it at that. Jerry Marshall.
Hey, Doc, and everybody. I'd like for us is, if I had to look forward, is to move away from these courageous conversations, because I think they're very good, but move into what I call courageous actions. I think I like what Lynn said when he said, and I think is a very good human part of humanity, is to have $1 trillion just on healthcare, right? To me, those are courageous actions that we should take. I think we should always do the Sankofa thing, looking backwards in order to move forward, and finding, again, what Lynn said was common or community, which is finding common unity on whatever topics that we can find. I think our guiding light is humanity, and it should be based on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I think there's a lot that we can cover and talk about, but for me, it's about doing some specific, courageous, humane actions.
All right. Okay, Lady E, tell us what really should be going on. Your thoughts, your initial ones. I know you have more.
I'm just going to go ahead and read what I wrote.
Okay.
But I appreciate the words that everyone has said tonight. This is a tough question, because for some of us, we're looking at it like it's on TV, and then for others of us, we are ducking and dodging because things are coming right at us all the time. And then we've got our children who are now turning gray, and their children who are the teens that are in line for and with all of the things that's going on today. I mean, I've got a grandson who's 16 who is watching the Nolan Wells situation in Mississippi. And he runs track. He medals and he's placing. And my granddaughter runs track and she's wearing her medals and they're just clanging. And what do they have to look forward to for them at 16 and 11? I mean, what are they? Just the idea of what's going through their heads is horrible. So what would I like to see? And like immediately, and when Dennis, you cracked me up when you said the lifespan, we won't live long enough to see it. Oh my goodness sakes. See, that's true. And unfortunate, unbelievable. You mean with the brilliance on this screen, we can't get busy and make something happen? Get somebody's ear, do something. Something needs to happen. Why do we have to wait where we miss it? And I end up praying or coming back, haunting somebody because they didn't get it done when I was there. You know, that kid in class who was a piece of work, and then 2 years later in another school at another grade, he becomes this wonderful kid. It's like, what happened? Why didn't I get to experience that? Why can't we get to experience it? What is it about us where we are now that we don't get to experience the possibility? Something. Mercy. Okay, so that's my raw thought. But what I wrote, if I may, the America I would like to see is a states united, reflecting unity. People who take responsibility for the destruction of a people's humanity, for the minimizing, marginalizing, and so much more, for the laws that are created, that they be applied to all, and the consequences of those who break the law receive the same. Not for some, but for all. You know what do I need to make that more clear? The one, I can't even go back. Just the other day, Carmelo, the little boy that ended up killing, the black guy who ended up killing the white guy. Baby, he's locked up. He's locked up, locked down. And yeah, he never should have gone over there. All the thoughts about that. But now we've got a black boy that comes back without any water in his lungs, and not one of his friends, that they say, white friends, no one has been questioned. The police hasn't knocked on any of his white friends' door. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not the same, but it should be the same. Underneath my chocolate, we're looking just alike. Yet we don't. Okay, so back to what I wrote. Consequences of those who break the law receive the same, not for some, but for all. For the United States to be a place where leaders have integrity, are bound by principles, high standards, who recognize and value humanity. Those who are fearless about taking a stand for good, about helping all human beings stay alive and free. That's what I would like to see. Some courage. More than words. Let's get up and make it happen.
So a lot of this is, first of all, when she speaks, she's like, yeah, but nobody else said anything. That's how it is. If you just take a breath, take it all in, because that's the gift that she has. It's particularly, I'm gonna say for me for sure. Deacon, you can talk about when you're a product of the civil rights movement. This time is particularly hard to take, right? Because anytime that America has moved forward in this, with this, the unwanted child in the family, as I call it, and granted, you can only speak from your own childhood experience or growth experience. The two times that America has moved forward we had a lot of government help, and that was after slavery for Reconstruction, when they created the Freedmen's Bureau and said, let's make some stuff happen. And that was a time to really, do we're going to equal this thing up. And if you hear what you hear, I said, you got to show me, and because I have seen that happen and then it get dismantled very quickly.
Can we read what Malcolm, I don't know if Malcolm can pick up, but he has a comment of what he hopes America.
I didn't see it. Did you see what he said?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, but I'm just saying, Malcolm, can you hear me? Can you come back and say it, baby? Are you there?
Oh, hey, mine is real simple.
Yeah, no, please go ahead.
Mine is simple. I'm just paraphrasing. People just got to figure out how to live together. We already here. We already next door to each other. We already share. We in the same city. We in the same neighborhood. So the issue is figuring out how to live together. I know it's a hard thing. We haven't figured it out in 250 years yet, but it still seems simple to me.
I think we figured it out. We just aren't doing it. I'm going to read what you wrote. He said, I hope we build an America where people know their neighbors, care about one another, and work together to strengthen their communities. We don't have to agree on everything, but we can learn to live together with respect, compassion, and a shared commitment to making our neighborhoods better. What happens when all the neighborhoods are better? You got a community, you got a country, you got states, you got cities, you got, yeah.
And again, that's if people want that.
Beautiful.
Because they said in the beginning, we want a place where all men are created equal, and didn't mean it. And the question moving forward is, do you mean it? And here's what I would say. If you don't mean it, change it to some. Just go ahead. Just go right back, rewrite the whole thing, and put some men are created equal, because certainly you haven't meant, from my perspective, that noble value statement that all men are created equal. And it's, you know, again, at 250, you can take a look back and say, oh man, we've been trying this for 250 years, but you never really, you didn't really mean it. So, and I said this before, I don't know about Jackson, you and Lynn and Dennis. America does not like being critiqued. Americans don't like being critiqued. Anytime I have tried to, just little statements like this, we have been told, just bringing stuff up. The harshest thing they said, well, go back to Africa. I have been told that for bringing this up. You are a what, communist or Marxist, or now the big thing is you don't love America. I don't love it because I'm asking questions. And it's funny if you just put that in to yourself. Your kid asks questions. You don't love me. No, I'm just asking questions, Dad. I just want to know what's going on. You go to your boss and you ask questions about your job and says, well, you asking questions that you don't like it. No, I like my job. I'm just asking questions. I want to do better. There are so many people will say to you, the fact that you critique or ask questions, that they will hit you with that. And that tells me, oh, yeah, maybe I'm right. That you can't even ask the question or critique what's going on, which is why the fact that you're pulling this off, you're doing this, maybe hitting, what did she say to you? You're a communist, right? Because you asked the question. Who would say something like that to a question?
A woman I know, when I said, I'm going to do a program with the Commonwealth Club about the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And she said, are you a communist? And this is a person who has the same vote that I have.
What do we tell kids in school, Lady E? We tell kids, there are no dumb questions. We tell them all the time. I don't want a question. I don't want to sound dumb. No, don't we, Ann? You better ask the question.
Yes, we insist. Don't leave here without asking a question.
Don't leave without asking the question, right?
And don't call me and ask me the question that you should have asked me. But I want to say one more thing, which could be controversial. Uh-oh, Dr. Marshall.
I ain't gonna be the one, girl.
Catch your breath. If you're gonna see him again, I'm not. All right. Okay. This conversation has reminded me of a song that my mother used to play every morning to wake us up because the alarms didn't work. And she would turn the radio on. We had a little house and all four of us were sleeping upstairs it was a big room. It was an opened up attic. And so my two sisters and my brother, we were all upstairs. And at the bottom of the steps, that's where the record player. Okay, I don't know if everybody on this call knows what a record player is. Okay. The record player was at the bottom of the stairs. And she would go down there. She would sometimes she'd put on James Brown. And the song that she would play would be, what was it? Wow, I feel good. That's the first thing we heard. And that worked. The alarm would go off, but that didn't work. We keep right on sleeping. But when James Brown was like, oh, I feel good, we get up and we'd be dancing. But before she would put on James Brown, she had her radio on. And the song that came on was clearly, this was a Black radio station in Kansas City, Kansas, in that little house. And the lyrics, Father, now you know I would sing to you. Father, speaking to Robbie and Carter Boys. Father, open our eyes that we may see to call on thee, Lord. Grant us thy love and peace, and let all dissension cease. Master, Lord, please open our eyes.
Well, we need to come together. And the way things are happening today is there are a lot of talking heads that are telling people what to do. Who's listening to the people? Who's asking them, what do you think? When does the city council really step up and ask people what they think? They don't. They make decisions themselves. And our elected officials, as corrupt as they are, don't want to hear anything except during election time. And at that time, they'll lie to you about everything, and then they'll go back to the people who funded them, and they'll do the same damn thing that they did all along.
Amen.
So what we are doing is we're putting together. We just made a documentary, a 50-minute documentary on. It's called Breaking Bread with Strangers. We brought 5 people together of totally different backgrounds, and for an hour and 45 minutes, over a table, videoed what they wanted to talk about, what they thought was important. When this was over, I was in tears because I couldn't believe that despite their differences, they all agreed when they got through because they were listening and caring to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So until we listen to the people who are speaking, with strength in numbers, unity, and solidarity. It's the only way out, and it's from the grassroots. And we have to come. We're all going to be talking heads, telling everybody else who's a regular person what to do.
The fear has been the tactic used. To divide the poor blacks from the poor whites. It's always been fear. It's always been fear. And you get one of the great things about, and that's why I would, at the time I lived through Deacon, the civil rights movement. What did Clarence Jones, Dr. King's attorney, said? He was afraid, but he was fearless. To do what we're talking about, fearless. You can talk about, call the name. You know, you have to know what you have to believe really in what you're doing, and fear is the great driver of everything that's going on. And you have to, and again, this is a civil conversation. Nobody's called anybody any names, right? Nobody has accused somebody of being left or right or any of that other stuff. No, you got to keep that out of it. That is part of the tactics, but it's an old tactic. The tactic that's been done. If women get the right to vote, they're going to spoil everything, I mean, man, I still don't see how they pulled that off in the household. You tell my mama she couldn't vote. Lord, you got to leave the house, okay? You can't, you think you're going to tell Lady Estelle that she can't vote? Any of y'all right now? No, hell no. Yeah, you ain't put up with it. No, so yes, we have to be fearless in this, right? And yeah, that's why this conversation, and again, this is a perfect time. Look, we didn't know, you don't know when the conditions that the 250 is going to land. It just happened to land at this time in our nation's history. And so, sure, you can take stock of what has happened in the past and what is going to happen in the future. So I love your thing. I love your idea. I love all of that. I love all of that. Everything.
Yeah.
People are too
afraid.
I don't know what it is they're afraid of. And maybe it's because they haven't really seen real bad conditions. I don't know what they think. Black folks have been through some stuff, so we ain't really scared of nothing.
So, Lynn, what you doing?
We ain't scared of nothing. Let's get that straight, okay?
Don't stop what you're doing. Don't stop.
Keep doing
it. And then there are some little old ladies sitting on the corners going to pray and wait and watch that change come.
Yes.
And I'm going to be one of those little old ladies sitting on the corner praying.
I want to read some of the things that the young... Malcolm, you want to say something? I'm going to read some of the things that the young people said about what they like.
I was only going to say that, as a country, we as Americans, we have a difficult time facing our weaknesses, our weak spots.
Being honest.
Um, you know, and until we do that, it's going to be hard to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because we have them. But it's like we like to put our head in the sand and act like they don't exist, you know, or we come up with myths. We're the greatest this, we're the greatest that. And those don't mean anything. They don't serve us at all. So until we can kind of get out of our own way, we're gonna be treading water. Unfortunately, we believe a lot of stuff that we don't need.
And you had a great comment, Malcolm, where you said that you hope that we spend less time looking to the politicians and celebrities to solve our problems and more time looking to one another. Strong communities are built.
It drives me crazy, especially now. I mean, it's just politicians. They're supposed to work for us. What are we idolizing them for? I don't understand that one. That's a weird one. That's the only bad thing is going to happen from that.
We teach our kids to have, all of us, I think even they did, maybe when they were little, they taught their kids honesty and integrity, right? You teach your kids, you don't teach your kids to lie, right? I hope you don't. You raise your kids, be a liar, all right? You know, don't have any integrity. Okay. We teach that. And the places that we need integrity and honesty the most are the ones that we say it's okay not to be honest. In business and in politics. It's the craziest thing. Business runs your money, right? You need more honesty and integrity in business than anywhere, right? Politics makes laws that run your life. And I've heard people say, well, you can't be a good person in politics. You can't have any integrity in politics. That is the craziest thing in the world for me. Now, there's some built-in reasons for that, of course. You know, campaign funding, you can get everyone. But it's almost accepted. It's okay. It's good to lie and be a politician. Why are you? That is the craziest. Can you imagine if you had an 8th grade, the president of the student body in 8th grade who was lying and had no integrity? You get rid of him. If you had the president of a business, the board would, well, I don't know, maybe not no more. You would hope they would vote him out. But no, we all those basic principles that we teach our young people, we're not doing ourselves. We're hypocrites. In my opinion, we're hypocrites. Here's what some of the young people said. I want a place where the Constitution is held for everyone. I want more open-minded people. I want racism to be gone. I want one nation under God for which it stands with liberty and justice for all. They said, that's what I want. These are young people between the ages of 16 and 22. I want a little less chaos. I want to be told the truth in school. I want less money on war. I want America to see a person for who they are and not their skin color. I want a place where people have morals, a place that matches its promise. A true democracy. When this kid said this, he blew my mind. He said, I want a true democracy instead of a democratic republic. That boy been studying. Most people don't know what a democratic republic is. A better ecosystem. Everybody needs to reach to treat each other better. Less judgment on stereotypes. Peace. In America, where we don't hurt someone because they don't like what we believe in. Don't force religion on people. Freedom of religion was a tenet. Universal equality. That's just what the kids said. So, you know, yeah. But then we asked them their honest opinion, and we didn't say, you stupid for saying that. We didn't call them a name. Your thoughts on all of this? They'll just jump in. I'm just reading stuff as it comes up.
You know, I think everything that we're talking about, we're all open to listen and hear. And I think one of the hardest things for people to do is to really listen, because listening is an art. Mm-hmm. And so I think part of the educational system is we need to help people to be able to hear and listen what other people have to say.
We could start by listening to them.
Listening is a discipline that opens up so much. You don't know until you do it, and I'm a journalist by trade, so I have to listen, right? And I have to listen and give full respect to people that I don't agree with on an everyday basis. And it's a wonderful exercise to do. And if we all did it collectively, it could just be so transformative. Just with the listening. Don't even worry about what comes after. Just start right there.
Unless you have a voice, you can't do anything. And we're so divided that we don't have a voice. So until we come together with strength in numbers, unity, and solidarity, we're going to feel disenfranchised. What can I do? There's just me. Things are the way they are. They'll probably get better. I mean, they're not that bad. We're still the richest country in the world if you want to look at standard of living. If that's enough for you, then you don't deserve to be an American. That's a responsibility. And until you honor the Constitution and go along with what it says and practice that way yourself, who are you? We all need to do some listening ourselves rather than talking to tell people what to do, because we all know that what that boy was talking about, saying all those wonderful things, we all agree with. So what? What's the next step?
I don't know that we all agree with him.
Really? What could you disagree with that he said? I don't disagree with anything.
You don't.
Maybe you do. I'd love to hear it.
But there are a lot of people that do. Yeah, look,
well, they're not the ones that we want to get together. We want to get together with the like-minded people.
I agree. I agree. Yes, but they're the ones. And now you can't change. There's one of the things that we learned during the civil rights movement was you can change the law, but you can't change people's hearts.
That's right.
You can't change. There are people, we change the laws, but people's hearts, because some people never want things to change in the first place. And I think, with the, I always call what we did during the civil rights movement was to put the restraining orders in place so that things wouldn't come back. Well, some people didn't, it was like, no, I didn't like that in the first place. So we're seeing the restraining orders being removed, gutting of the Voting Rights Act and so on like that. So a lot of people don't think like this, right? I remember speaking to a group and they were talking about, I was talking about race relations in America, and I just started talking, and she jumped up and said, "You got a chip on your shoulder." That's no. Okay.
Well, we agree with a lot more than what we don't agree with.
Well, that's why we ask everybody the question. You see, that's why this was an open forum. This is why we did the comment. I really know what you think. If you want, I ask you, what do you want? Because it means something if you say, I want all men are created equal. What does it mean? What does that mean to you? I really want to know, what does that mean to people? And what kind of America do you want to see? I need to know that. I need to know that. And I think it's important for them to say that. Right now, they're high. To me, a lot of people are saying that, but they don't really believe it, And this is why social media is the way it is. So, right now we're beginning, and I got to give you a lot of credit because nobody's asking the question but this brother right here.
Yeah.
Nobody's critiquing America. Nobody's asking that question. So he got you to come on, and you wanted to give a respect like this. We want to have a larger group to have this conversation.
We will.
Because if we have the conversation, I just got to know where you at, man. Just tell me where you at. Yeah. Just let me know. I may belong to a group where people aren't telling me what they really think about this, and I can make a decision. Well, maybe this isn't the group for me.
Well, Dr. Joe, I think the people who, you read all those comments from those young people. I think that group is way bigger than the people that don't want change. The problem is that the people that don't want change have the money, have the levers of power. They're the politicians. They have special interests for which they don't want change. And they yell at you that you're not American if you want to change, that you're not democratic. What they're doing is their gaslighting, because they're the ones themselves that are not democratic. They're the ones themselves that don't want the change. So this is going to have to come from the bottom, because as Malcolm said, your average politician, it doesn't matter left or right, they're where they are because they have special interests that they don't want to lose.
Right.
So this is going to have to come from the bottom. But as I said, my encouragement before is all those comments you said before were asking for the right things. They just don't know how to get that voice heard yet. They don't know how to get together. But I don't think that's a minority. I think that's the majority.
Yes.
They're just not the majority of the ones that you hear in the news and are pulling the levers right now. But I think they will be, because enough people are getting angry that it isn't just a black thing or just a woman thing, but it's across the board. The people that are left out, I'm hoping, will get together and overturn what's happening right now at the top. The people at the top, yes, they have control, but I also think they're afraid. Otherwise, they wouldn't be this strongly fighting down and preventing change and angrily reaching out at how un-American you are and how... There is one good thing about America. We're sitting here and having this conversation because there are countries in the world where you can't have these conversations. So that is a positive out of all this. But it's going to have to come from the bottom, I feel. And I really appreciate Robbie's...
I tell you what, we'll find out if next week we're still on the air.
Okay.
Well,
and we've been on air for 34 years. So, having these kind of conversations, right? You try to knock NPR out. So, what I'm saying? I take nothing for granted.
But they want to knock NPR out because they don't want those people to be heard.
Yeah, sure.
But then that begs another question. What kind of America are you willing to fight for?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean fight, not physically.
Right.
And I'm hearing some good things about coming together with the people who want to see some change. The next question will be that question. And I would put that and see how people feel about it. And what would be your comments on that question? What kind of America are you willing to fight for?
I'm willing to fight for one that all men are created equal.
Okay.
That's what you told me. That's what you promised me. That's what you said. I'm going to throw that in front of their face. That's what Dr. King did. Well, look, you told us that, therefore that's mine. That's my statement. All the rest of the stuff, we'll see how that fits into all men are created equal.
Yes.
Right?
Men and women.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Obviously. This is the kind of thing we want to do. We want to talk. We have Lana, I don't want to throw, I'm not anything on your collective, but I always say what we tell the young people: if you want things, change begins with you, right? And I've never been one of the we all need to come together thing, right? I mean, that'd be great, right? But I'm a believer in I got to do what I think is best, and if you agree with me, then we got two of us. We got to think. Because see, the thing that I've seen that is everybody's waiting for everybody. And see, what you did in here to me is you want things to change, so you put this together.
Yeah.
Right. And so
yes.
So and you and your organization you put because you want to think. It depends on. I'm a believer in the I. And we tell the young people if you want things to change, change begins with you. And then if you get a whole bunch of yous together. Oh, you got something going. And that's what the civil rights movement, that's what the abolitionist movement was.
Yes, it was.
Those people want to see things change, whether it be Thaddeus Stevens and Charles Sumner. How much people don't even know who those people are? Very few people know that Thaddeus Stevens and who put their lives on the line and risked their lives because they wanted things to change. Yes. So this to me is just, this is because of this guy. This guy who took a step out, put your toe out there, and said, "We got to do this."
Well, my father said to me, there are two kinds of. We've all heard there are two kinds of people. There are two kinds of people. There are weak people who complain endlessly, and then he said, strong people act. And he said, be strong and do something in the world to change something positively. And I think at the end of the day, this program, and I want to thank Dr. Joe and also Deacon Larry and also Ann, for this program, because I hadn't known of this until I met these two guys, and we've had lots of conversations, and I thought, let's do something in the world. And of course, several of you on the screen, I know you, and now Malcolm, I know you, and Jerry, I know you, and Alive and Free, I know you.
Lady Estelle.
Of course, I know you. Beautiful. And so I just want to say, in a small but powerful way, it's already happening.
Yeah.
Right now. This is it right now. All we have to do is step by step by step, scale it up, and then listen to what our brothers and sisters are saying.
Yes.
Listen.
What did that famous American say? All you have to fear is
fear itself.
Yeah, ain't scared. If you ain't scared, can't nobody mess with you.
That's right.
I'm serious too. If you are not afraid, what they gonna do with you? Well, I know what they can do to you, but they can kill, but they can't kill your spirit.
Okay.
They can't steal your spirit.
All right.
Anybody else got something for the wrap up? This is just beautiful.
Just on the back to the listening thing, I'm a real big proponent of intergenerational dialogue. We do not have nearly enough with the wisdom of the elders and the questions and the fire and the energy of young folks. They don't need to be out here. That needs to come right in here, because together is where that's where you can put it all together. Because there are young folks, they need a little bit of direction, a little bit of hope, a little bit of this is how we did it, but they're right there.
Oh yeah.
If we can kind of just put our arms around them a little bit and give them some love and some direction, some hope, and some experience, some wisdom, they could help take us very far, but there's not nearly enough intergenerational dialogue, in my opinion.
We need to do more listening to our kids and find out why they think what they think, and then see how it comes out using the Socratic method, where you ask questions and you don't attack. It's beautiful stuff, Malcolm. Thank you.
I live in a perpetual world, Lady E, and I live in a perpetual world of 17 to 22-year-olds. We know it all of them things because they're always telling us, and it's wonderful to be your whole life to be in that. So you're always learning from them. You always learn, and they want to learn from you. You'd be surprised.
They really do.
They really do. They want to hear what you got to think. That's beautiful. Oh man, then you got this, and it's amazing. You're not that. Oh, it's wonderful. Everything I brought to you today, a lot of stuff I brought to you from them. So, anybody else got a final word before I turn it over to you know who? Before I turn it, are you saying you're not going to?
Oh, no. Because see, I had my you part when I went over my little song and all that. No, I've done my little part. But I do want to thank everybody that's been on the call tonight.
Yes.
And the work that you're doing, the work that you've done, and just believing and knowing that what's happening in the world is not good. It's not right. Something needs to happen. More needs to happen. Every little thing we do makes a difference. So I just thank you for that. Blessings to you and your programs, your projects. Blessings. Yes, may he shine on you and your work, because we need it. We need it. We don't know how far away we are and how much work we need to keep doing. So thank you.
And how do they say it in the church, which I'm not very good at, Deacon?
You're better.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better. I have to admit.
When you get real weary, lean on each other.
Mm.
When you get weary and doubtful, lean on each other. When the choir's singing and you need a break, go to the bathroom, come on back, get back into the choir. The choir got to keep singing, okay? So each of us, you know, we lean and draw from each other, and that may be the best thing. Yep.
My final word comes from my being in the Episcopal Church and having been raised in the church. I say all people are welcome at my table. Feed the people.
All right.
Feed the people.
Feed the people.
Amen.
It's that
Amen.
simple in my view.
Thank you so much, everyone. Special thanks to my brother who is 2 hours ahead. So it is now midnight back there. All right, but you know, that's my baby.
Lady E too.
Yeah. What? I forget she's in down
Yeah,
there.
you right. You do.
I know. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Dennis, as always.
Very good comment.
Stay
And thank
alive
you all.
Stay alive and free, and let's keep it going.
Very
See
good.
each other again, okay?
Keep on keeping on.
Good night.